What is up, everyone? Renfill here, and welcome back to another one of our Baldur's Gate 3 pre-launch edition prep guides as we head down the path towards the launch of our favorite upcoming CRPG from Larian Studios. Now, obviously, there are going to be some differences between the early access game that we've all been playing for the last 3 years versus what's coming out here in a couple of weeks in early August. That being said, a lot of the stuff remains the same. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that has been it's been a lot of fun seeing this unfold in the past couple of weeks of doing some really heavy streaming in the pre-launch editions, because inventory management is sort of one of those scenarios here in this game where they haven't done a lot of quality of life stuff yet. And every time I do a stream, somebody will come in and add a little tip, add a little hint, tell us a little bit more about what they've discovered about inventory management, which for a lot of players is kind of a nightmare. And the previous episode we did on wares and the barter system and how to sort of buy and sell, people really liked that episode, and this one was requested as well. So today we're diving into inventory management in Baldur's Gate 3 Early Access. Now, I'm not going to show my face for the rest of the video because we're actually going to be focused on the inventory and all the ways that you can sort through it. But before I go, let me remind everybody that if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Don't forget to check the Discord, all the other playlists, everything else here we do. Without further ado, however, let's get into today's guide on how to deal with all that stuff in your inventory. One of the things you're going to notice within the first 30 minutes of gameplay is that there is a lot of stuff to pick up. When you start running around and exploring, you're going to find all sorts of fun stuff. You're going to find camp supplies, you're going to find rope, you're going to find books, you're going to find shovels, you're going to find vials of acid, you're going to find water bottles, you're going to find potions, you're going to find arrows, you're going to find, hang on, it keeps going, basilisk oils and toadstools and scrolls and letters and orders and keys and gems and bombs and weapons and armor and oh my, so much more. But as you can see, this is a cluttered mess. It's just all sort of throughout here. And now this is just for my own character, so this is really easy. You just hit the I button, and that opens and closes your inventory. But one of the cool things is that with your party, if you hit the Tab key, it will actually open up the entire inventory system for all of your characters, which allows you to very quickly and easily, drag things from one character's inventory to another, like so, as we drag these books around. And you can see everything that everyone has. But there's a lot of buttons all over the place here. Like you'll notice a button up here at the top. You'll notice buttons here, buttons here, buttons here, buttons here. The ones you want to focus on for the purpose of this video, which is all about inventory management, are going to be these buttons right here. Now, we're going to go into the individual inventory here, so we're going to go ahead and close this down. But before we do, remember that Tab is the button that opens up the entire party's inventory, whereas the I button is what opens up your personal inventory. Now, that being said, one of the first things you're going to look at is that this is just chaos. Like there's just all sorts of stuff here. How do I sort through this stuff? Well, there are a variety of ways. First and foremost, we can look at this button, which allows you to expand your inventory and see everything that you have in a much larger window as opposed to seeing your character avatar and all of your equipped gear. So if you want to expand the inventory, you click this up arrow right here, and voila, you now have an expanded inventory to more readily see what you've got at your disposal without needing to necessarily scroll down like so. Now, next most important to this is when you're wanting to look at the entirety of the party inventory. So we talked about how you can see everyone's inventory with the Tab button, right? That shows everybody laid out in such a way that you see each character's individual inventory that they have. Now, going back over here into your personal inventory, there's a button here which has multiple group mates shown on it, which says Show Party Inventory. Now, right now, all we're seeing is what's in my personal inventory, but if I click this one, it's going to show everything that everyone has, including things that are equipped like so. You can, of course, expand this, and we can now scroll down and see, and we can see everything that everyone has You're also going to notice if you hover over it, it'll tell you who the item is equipped by. That's equipped by Gale, this is equipped by Shadowheart, so on and so forth. So you can go through here and you can quickly and easily see who has what and who is carrying what. And that is, again, the party inventory button right here. We can go ahead and hide that, and now we're back to our personal inventory. That's a cool little trick. I personally prefer this version of seeing everybody's stuff as opposed to looking at it in this manner, but that's just a personal preference. There's a couple of ways to do it. Now the next thing here is sort by and showing all. So right now we'll get to the sort one here in a minute because that one's actually kind of groovy and can help with a few things. But first and foremost, let's filter. Right? So the sorting allows us to sort, but the filter is what allows us to see all of the different things. And it has some suggested filters here. So if you click this button, it's going to have a variety of drop downs that pop up: equipment, potions, scrolls, arrows, throwables, camp supplies, and weapons. And if you drop down on this, hit it, and you're going to see what your equipment is. If I want to go to potions, it's going to show me what potions I have. If I go to scrolls, it'll show me what scrolls I have, show me what arrows I'm carrying. Do I have any throwable items? Do I have any camp supplies on me? And finally, do I have any weapons on me? Which technically, I've given all the weapons to Lae'zel because I'm a weak little gnome and I can't carry stuff, but I do carry around my trusty salami, which counts as a melee weapon and does bludgeoning damage of 1d4 as well as concussive smash. Ladies and gentlemen, I may be short and squatty, but I've got a big salami that can concuss someone, everybody. Take that how you will. Alright, now that the jokes are out of the way, let's go ahead and pull out my big old staff. You like that, don't you? Alright, well, let's get past the jokes, everybody. The next most important thing is sort by. Now, this is really handy because you can very quickly and easily sort by the latest things you've looted, the value of the items, the weight of the items, and the type of the item. So let's just look at each one of these, starting with type. You start looking at the type, we see pouches, we see potions, so on and so forth, and we can scroll down and everything's laid out in that manner. Now, I don't really find that one to be that useful. Weight is the one that I'm most frequently using now that I have been told about it. Shout out to the community for helping me figure this one out, because I was always overburdened with this character because he's only got 10 strength. And I was always struggling to go through, and what I would usually do is just go over here to say, look at weapons and equipment and shovel that stuff to Lae'zel. But once I figured out this one, I can actually sort by weight, and now I can start looking at the things that weigh the most. It's like, oh wow, I'm carrying 2.2 pounds of thieves' tools. I've got 2.1 pounds of alchemist's fire. These camp supplies weigh 2 pounds. The shovel weighs 1.8 pounds. So this allows me to very quickly and easily drag the things that are the most heavy out of my inventory and take it and give it to another character. Now I can either do that doing the way that I showed you earlier. What's up, everybody? Quick commercial break here to give it a shout out to our guild champions, who are the highest tier memberships here on YouTube: Ancient Entity, Assassin Gamer 94, Bubbleonia Rising, Crazy's Relative, Mujin, and Remedy. Thanks so much for the highest tier membership, and thanks to all of the members who support the channel, because you keep me doing this full time. You too can become a supporter if you're new here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Join as a member. There's 3 different tiers. We do lots of special stuff: private polls, private videos. You get a shout out if you're the highest tier membership, but you can also do one-off donations in the form of super chats on any live stream or premiere you see, and of course super thanks on any upload or YouTube short. Whatever you can contribute, it's great. Keeps me on the air full time, keeps the cats fed, keeps the homestead running. Anyway, back to the video, everybody, where you can drag and drop in the party inventory where you see everybody's inventory, or you could just very quickly and simply say, grab this mace, drag it out, and drop it on the character that you want to give it to, like, let's say, Lae'zel, right? So now she's got that item at her disposal. You can also sort by value of the items. Like I said, this will show you this ruby is worth 1,600, which is amazing. The scrolls, I got a dark amethyst, a memory shard, so on and so forth. So on. And then latest, which shows you the latest item you've looked at right now. The latest item one I find very useful if you loot like a book or a scroll or something that you want to read, but you don't know where it went because your inventory is a cluttered mess. You can very quickly go to the latest item looted, which I think works very well. But you can also go to, say, it's not scrolls. Which one is it? I forget. Throwables? Camp supplies? Equipment? I don't remember which one it is for the books and stuff. So, in any case, let's not get confused. Let's not get sidetracked. And then if you ever want to clear this, by the way, just hit the X button right there. So, that is the quick and easy version of the inventory management as it currently exists in early access. Now, I don't imagine this will change too much between now and launch. If they've added some quality of life features, that'll be interesting. They didn't talk about it in the most recent panel from Hell during the release showcase, but you never know what they might decide to show us and give us in terms of quality of life features and polish. And of course, they might patch things in the future. You never know. So, without further ado, remember, the I button opens up your personal inventory. The tab button opens up everybody else's inventory, and then you can also do the same thing here if you want to, because I could say like, oh, I want to show equipment on him, I want to show potions on her, which she doesn't have any. What does she have? Scrolls? Yeah. We could show throwables on him, and we could show weapons on her, and or equipment. There we go. So now we can see that each person has a different filter, and you can also choose to sort everybody's inventory from here. You could also expand everybody's inventory if you wanted to, and then show all in such a way like this. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of juicy details on the inventory management system. Well, we're at the end, everyone. Hopefully this gave you a quick and easy way to use your inventory in Baldur's Gate 3, because it's not as intuitive as it might be in the future, and hopefully they'll add some tutorials to it. But in the meantime, consider this a tutorial to help get you going with inventory management in Baldur's Gate 3 as we prepare for the launch of the game here on August 3rd. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Join the Discord. Links are down below. Support if you can, memberships, and all those good things. And I'll see everybody in the next episode or live stream. Stay safe, everybody. Happy gaming.